it takes resources, it takes time, and yes, it requires evolution of the way that the police bureau does its work.
Now at 11, Portland city leaders take public comments tonight on a proposed $5.7 billion budget. And many people in that meeting tonight were upset about police funding.
City commissioners will vote on the budget next week. Let's go to our Jenny Young, who is following the money and listened in on hours of public comment. So Jenny, a lot of people are upset about police funding. What are you hearing?
Jeff, Liz, it was hours of comments. Like you said, 151 people signed up to speak, and most of those people spoke about their frustrations with PPB and the money going to PPB. They did speak, though, about some small line items like food cart relocations and also a $5.7 million graffiti removal and program that would give jobs to homeless people. But again, that frustration focused on the money that would go to police.
There was no mincing of words Wednesday night as Portlanders spoke directly to city commissioners about how they should vote to spend the city's money. Most people told commissioners funds shouldn't go to police.
We do not need funding going towards the police, who at their core murder, harm, and traumatize members of communities they are not even part of.
Dozens expressed their frustration that the proposed budget doesn't expand the city's newly formed street response unit, a non-police response team for people in crisis.
Most people that are criminalized have experienced lifetimes of trauma that need to be addressed and that should be acknowledged when you are interacting with them. Only a program like Street Response is going to be able to train people to do that. I know now Portland Street Response and park rangers might not be able to deal with certain kinds of situations, but if you fund them, they will be able to.
I'm not overstating when I say the whole nation is watching. If you vote to stunt this program's ambition, there will be a spotlight on that timidity.
Almost no one spoke up for funding Portland police, except for one woman who says she's lived in Northeast Portland for 32 years and told commissioners about a drive-by shooting she and her husband recently witnessed.
I just really want you to understand that if my husband and I had been 20 seconds later, we may have been injured or killed. Gunshots are becoming a common occurrence. The police are so completely understaffed right now that they can't respond to anything but the most immediately dangerous crimes. The notion that a counselor or a park ranger will be present on our street from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and will be capable of dealing with these violent events is just too ridiculous for words.
Okay, so the proposal would cut PPB's budget by $3 million. Commissioners will vote on some form of that budget come Thursday. We'll continue to follow this story. Reporting live tonight, downtown Portland, Jenny Young, KOIN 6 News.